Good morning from rural Ireland, and welcome to this short live stream where I'm going to share a little look into the Dirty Pot Club and answer any questions that those of you may have who are interested in learning more. If you are not familiar with how I facilitate live streams, if you have a question, please just put question marks, 3 question marks in front of it and 3 behind it. That way I can identify the questions easily in the comments, in the chats. Normally I have my right-hand woman, Shauna, here with me, but today I'm by myself, and this early time for me is particularly for those of you who live further east than Ireland. Maybe you are in Australia or New Zealand, and I'm very happy to answer any questions about the club. So what exactly is the Dirty Pot Club? It's a membership club. It's a subscription club. So you're probably familiar with things like Netflix or Sky. And it's a supportive, ongoing space to learn, grow, and connect. And our focus is on eco-printing in the dirty pot. And that's a process where we are not using traditional powdered mordants. And you might be wondering why you would consider joining a membership rather than just doing an online course. And that is something that I often get asked. And eco-printing in the dirty pot, it's not something that you master in one weekend. So it's something that's intuitive, it flows with the seasons, and without a solid foundation, you can't move forward and experiment, at your own pace. You need to have a very solid foundation, and it's really fantastic to be part of a group of people who live in different parts of the world, because we all have access to different vegetation, we are doing different experiments, and all of this is led and guided by me. But if you're a member, you also have that collective hive. We have a really supportive, warm group. So it's a space to learn, to grow, and connect at your own pace. And what's interesting is that probably you're here from Australia or New Zealand if you're on this particular Q&A call. And every month I have live sessions with club members, and we have sessions in the morning and also in the evening, so that regardless of where you live in the world, you are able to participate. And so the club is really somewhere you can learn, grow, and create with confidence. So if you were a total beginner, there is step-by-step guidance, very clear lessons, step-by-step video tutorials, and a clear path for you to follow. But there is also inspiration. There are challenges for those people with more experience. And then all of this is backed up with ongoing support, feedback, and a global community. So it's not just tutorials. There are loads of other benefits of being a member of a subscription club. And another difference between a membership and a workshop is a workshop usually takes place over a period of time, maybe a week or two, maybe it's a day workshop, or maybe it's an evergreen workshop where you have ongoing access to a specific amount of information. And I also have an evergreen workshop where people can pay, $99 US dollars, and they have access to a specific amount of foundation eco-printing information. But in the club, there is just so much more information. I'm going to give you a little look behind the scenes in a minute. I'll actually go into our club library to give you a flavor of what there is. But the thing about a membership is it's less expensive per month, and you have that ongoing support. And when I am not in a position to go worldwide at the moment and teach, it's a fantastic way of sharing skills and meeting people and connecting. So here are some of the things that are actually inside the club. So there are step-by-step eco-printing tutorials. These take the form of lessons and very comprehensive videos, breaking everything down step by step. Now, the videos do not take too long. They're all in short stages. So this means you don't have to be rewinding or fast forwarding to find the piece you need. For example, if you want to work with clothing and you want to eco print a garment with sleeves, you can just go to the specific part that, maybe where you're folding in the sleeves, and you can find what you need easily. There are monthly live Q&A sessions, and this is where we have a Q&A session for club members that's live. Everything is recorded and available afterwards. And then every month we also have a coaching session with me or a hands-on workshop day. Now, those hands-on workshop days are fantastic. Whoops, couldn't see myself. Those hands-on workshop days are fantastic because people from all over the world join in. And what we do on those days is I guide them and I give maybe a topic for the day or suggestions, whether you're a beginner or more experienced, or maybe, such as the tunic that I'm wearing here, maybe you want to do some sewing with your eco-printed fabric. So we meet on 3 separate occasions that day: early in the morning, the middle of the day, and the evening, my time. So this usually means that regardless of where you're tuning in from, you can join at least 1 or 2 sessions. And this is all recorded if you can't make the day, but we share what we're doing, we show pictures. It's very exciting because usually by session 2 or 3, some people will have bundles to open and share. It's really, really good fun. And I see here, it's just turning midnight where I am. Woo! Thank you so much for joining. And I am not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm going to run with Suzanne, but I suspect that's not correct. But thank you very much for tuning in, and you are very welcome. So these live calls and coaching and hands-on workshop days, they are where we could really, really make good friends. It's amazing the atmosphere between the different members of the club. So there's an eco-printing roadmap for success in the club, and this just helps you identify where you are in your eco-printing journey. We're all adults, so it's not telling you what you have to concentrate on next, but it is giving you a guide. So for example, if you've moved over from working with traditional powdered mordants, you obviously have plenty of experience rolling bundles, but you've probably been using a barrier. You haven't been rolling them as tightly as we would if we are submerging our pieces in the dirty pot. So you'll find that there are different nuances and tips for every different stage of the process. And you identify where you are, and then you can identify which part of the library, which content you might want to look at next. And it's very important not to feel overwhelmed, because there's a lot of content in the library, and I am going to share it in a minute. So it's not a competition. We all are on our own path, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. Nobody is in competition with the other. We are all helping each other. And we have a super private Facebook group, and that is really a lovely place to share images of your work, or if you have a problem, you can lay it out there, and I will answer your questions, but so will other members. And if you want to know, for example, where you might get a new burner, if you are looking for a propane or a butane burner for your pot, or if you want ideas, for vegetation in a specific part of the world. The Facebook group is a great place for asking those questions. So here is a lovely testimonial from Gillian. Gillian has been in the club since it started, and she was already an experienced textile artist, although she worked in the publishing industry. So she was working with her textiles, you know, as a way of relaxing and, you know, being creative while she was involved in publishing. So Gillian, you know, she is involved in an exhibition in Australia at the moment, and she shared some pictures in the group last week of a lovely newspaper article about the exhibition. And so she was a long-time quilter, felter and stitcher, and she now loves being part of the Dirty Pot Club. And Gillian was very kind. She says here, Nicola is a very generous and detailed teacher, and she is always ready to answer everyone's questions. Her practices are ethical and sustainable, and I'm always up for the next challenge. So thank you so much, Gillian, for those very kind words. We actually met and we spent a week together in Australia because I was facilitating a workshop, a residential workshop at the Geelong Textile and Fibre Forum. And that was really, really good fun. Now I have more slides to show you, but I think it might be time, if I'm able to share it, to actually share my screen. Let me just try. You're not going to see me when I'm sharing the screen, but I want to just give you a little glimpse inside the club. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as a member, this is, you know, the beginning of the Dirty Pot Club. Now, if you have previously bought a product from me, like maybe the eco printing in the Dirty Pot ebook or the yarn mini class, when you initially log in, you will see anything that you have purchased here. And then when you click on whatever product you want to see, so in this case, it's the Dirty Pot Club, this is your welcome screen. And so this here is easy to navigate, but we have onboarding calls next week. Just so that people who join the club, Shauna, my right-hand woman, and I really, really want to help people get up and running as quickly as possible. So on the left-hand side here, there's an index really, and you can see here like welcome and where to begin, the foundations of eco printing, you know, tannin and iron reactions, natural dyeing in a reactive pot, all these here on the left that are in dark, bold writing. That means that there is more content within those. They're like folders, and there's more here like print to sew or sew to print, resources, coaching calls. But I'm just going to open up the foundations of eco printing in the Dirty Pot, just so you get an idea of the content that will be within any module. So when you click on the dark writing, it opens up and you can see down here, this is all the content in that session or section. So for example, if I click on one of the things, here we go. So this here is all about pipes, cans, dowels, flat plates. It's about everything you can roll your bundles on. And this is a video. So I don't want to play the video because of sound brush handle that you've cut. But anyway, this is a video, so I'm not going to play it, but that's a 6-minute video and it goes through everything that you might decide to roll your bundles on. But also everything is written down here. And if English is not your first language, I always recommend people copy and paste this into Google Translate if there's anything you need to translate. And then at the bottom of every section, every lesson, there's a comment box here. And this is where if you have comments about this or questions about the specific thing, you can just write your question there, post it as a comment, and then I will reply. And no comment is ever a silly comment. And then when we go to other ones, like here's another video, adding bundles in and out of the pot. So these are all videos that just go through the full process. And then within the club, you have access to previous club workshops. So for example, we had an origami bag challenge, and that was really, really fantastic. So you can see previous challenges, you can see the different Zoom calls we had. All of that is there in the club. So that's just a small little glimpse at in the back end of the club. But each of the different sections has loads of different lessons and videos. So I'm going to just move on now. Let's see. So that was Gillian. So all your learning is in one easy place. You know, we do the live calls through Kajabi, which is the learning platform. So if you can access your library of content, you can access the live calls. So basically, if you can use email, you can use Kajabi. And when you're wondering how much this costs, you can invest in your creativity for $49 a month. There's also an option, if you know you want to work with me for at least a year, there's also an option of paying an annual fee. That's $490, and that means that you actually get 2 months free. So that's the best value option. But if you're not sure, or you just want to join for a shorter period of time at the beginning, just, opt for the $49 a month. Now, to put that into perspective, if I'm teaching a face-to-face class from 10 o'clock in the morning until 4 in the afternoon here at my studio, when I do a class like that, pre-COVID, that class was 120 euros, which is more than dollars, for the class. And that would be 4 people face-to-face. You would make one piece, you would be able to go home and repeat the process. But for the club, it's literally $49 for 1 month. So you could actually have almost 3 months of my feedback, support, and ongoing teaching and coaching for the same amount as one short face-to-face workshop with me here in Ireland. So there's step-by-step guidance, monthly support, but there's also a 14-day money-back guarantee. And this is really important for me because Okay. The reason the guarantee is important for me is that I only want people to join if they want to work with me. I never want to push anybody, and we're all adults. And this is the right move for some people, but not for everybody. So the whole thing about the club is, if you want to skip out months of trial and error, if you want a solid foundation and you want to progress from there, and you want to become friends with people in different parts of the world with similar passions, it's for you. But it's not for everybody. So there is a full 14-day money-back guarantee. And sometimes I get asked, can I join for just 1 month? And absolutely, you're very welcome to join us for 1 month and see if you like it. But it is important to remember, this is a recurring subscription. And like I said in the beginning, like Netflix or Sky, so when you join, it sets up an automatic payment that renews every month or every year if you join annually, unless it's cancelled. And you can manage this. You have like a dashboard in Kajabi where you can where you can, change your details, you can cancel your subscription, etc., etc. But the easiest way of doing it is actually to email me and Shauna about a week before your subscription is due to renew, and we will be able to cancel it. So there is absolutely no problem joining for 1 month. We welcome people if they are interested in joining, just to see what it's like. So the doors are closing tomorrow, and they're closing on US time zone. So at 11:59 p.m., that's Pacific time tomorrow. And so this is obviously the perfect time to dive right into the club. If you're joining from, let's see, so Sonia is in Slovenia, which is fantastic. So Sonia's a couple of hours ahead from of me. Oh, and Sonia's just put up another message. I'm going to join the Dirty Club. Oh, fantastic, Sonia. I'm so happy. We know each other online for quite a number of years. I'm thrilled that you're going to join, Sonia. So thank you so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop, here we go. I'm going to pop a banner up on the screen. Give me 1 second. It's a little bit difficult to do all of this when I don't have Shauna. So here's the link for joining the club. And it's also in one of the early comments, but I will just see if I can copy and paste it again. Give me 1 second and I'll pop it into the comments for anybody who would like to just go straight there now. But I am available right this minute. If you have any questions, please ask them now. So you just write them in the chat and I will answer them, because that's what this call is all about, if you do have questions. And while I'm just waiting to see are there any questions, I'll pop a couple of images on the screen. And the first one is about one of the bonuses. So in this case, let me just remove the banner now. Okay, so if you sign up before the deadline tomorrow, you are going to get 2 special bonuses. So the first bonus is a mini course, and it's all about eco printing on delicate fabric. And this is part of the Dirty Pot Club package for this launch. So this particular dress, I share the step-by-step videos and talk you through my thought process as I printed this dress, and I give you tips for working with delicate fabric. So this is actually a silk dress, pure silk, and it has beautiful beading and lace as well. And I eco printed this in the Dirty Pot. And often people think, how can you possibly print, say cashmere or silk or something delicate? Those are the kinds of things you will see in the videos that we have in the club. So that's bonus number 1. And then bonus number 2 is a really fantastic bonus. And this particular one is a video. This was a training that amazing textile artist Kim Titichai did for me with members of my Eco Print and Wet Felt Club, the first membership I had. And this is all about design, because often, unless you've been to art college, and I haven't been to art college either, design can be difficult. You can do the process, such as the Dirty Pot printing, but you may not know how best to look at things and how to translate what you see into a cohesive design so the pieces you make look fantastic. And this was a really, really good session. So Kim shared the most amazing design tips and lots of images of work, and then there were live questions and answers. So for anybody who joins this round of the club opening, they will also receive this bonus at the end of the month, the end of September. So the first bonus, which is the silk dress bonus, that will be available right at the beginning. And the second bonus will get added to your library at the end of the month. So let me just remove that. And I can't see any questions. So I think I'm just going to say goodbye. Thank you so much. Sonia, I'm absolutely thrilled that you're going to join the club. Can't wait to have you in there. And for everybody, happy eco printing. Thank you so much for your time. And I will be going live once more today at 6 p.m. BST. That's Irish time. And that means that if you want to come back, if you think of a question in the meanwhile, you can, or it's also obviously for those people who live much further west than me. So thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining, regardless of the time that you tuned in from. And I look forward to welcoming new club members.